Stress is a big topic, and it probably warrants its own episode or even series of episodes. But yeah,
Could be, yes,
exactly.
sir.
But what are some tools to manage stress for peak performance at work and in life in general?
Well, I'll start by saying stress is a good thing. It's kind of it's definitely a good thing. And without stress, we wouldn't be here, Ahmad. You and I physically would not be here. We have to stress the system in order to adapt. But stress, there has to be a balance. It's like within resistance training. If I don't use enough resistance, I will never grow. I will never have hypertrophy or strength or endurance. But if I do too much, I could potentially injure myself. I could tear a muscle, pull a tendon, dislodge a joint, etc. Same thing with stress as a whole outside of an exercise context. If I don't have some form of quote stress, then I will never adapt. I will never evolve. I will never get to the next level. It's like kind of like a video game, if you will. If you're in a video game scenario and the levels never get hard, then what's the point of the game? You're never going to want to be incentivized to learn and to grow and to push and challenge yourself. So I think stress, unfortunately, gets a bad rap. It's just kind of chalked up as that's the last thing I want in my life is any sort of stress. Get away, no stress at all. That's not feasible. That's not practical, and so it's really important to approach stress as another tool to use as a lever to elevate the situation. It's just a matter of how do we balance ourselves? How do we get away from burnout and this notion of the proverbial treadmill of just getting up, going to work, getting up, going to work, go to sleep, get up, go to work, eat, sleep, and it just becomes repetitive versus, okay, I'm more aware of this situation right now. I'm experiencing some stress. What types of tools and techniques can I do to make sure that I'm approaching that stress as a way to build some adaptation in order to get stronger and in order to be more mentally tough, physically tough, emotionally tough, spiritually tough. So when I encounter that next form of stress, I have everything I need. I've already experienced this before, and I can move through this experience.
I see. So you see stress more of a challenge rather than a negative event, a challenge that has the potential to unlock or like, let's say, allow human beings to grow and to become stronger. That's how we see it.
It's a lever, it's a tool, and as long as your lever is long enough and you know exactly where to stand, you can move the world, and it's a perspective that I think changes the way in which you approach situations. It's either you have a fixed mindset, oh, I don't want to be stressed and I don't want to do this and I don't want to do that, or hey, this is an opportunity for me to grow and to slingshot, whether that's in my career or in my experience or in my fitness, my wellness, whatever it may be. It could be anything that someone's experiencing. I can approach this with more intentionality, and that's a growth mindset. You don't have a fear of failure. You welcome failure as not an obstacle, but as an opportunity to really springboard ahead and launch yourself into that next level of the game, so to speak.